All right, me flip the shades down. Welcome back, everyone. Welcome back to the channel. Thank you so much for tuning in. I really appreciate that. If you would please smash that bell icon, subscribe button, and the like button for me. If you hit those, it really helps out a small channel like this. I'm trying to grow, just like my plants are growing, and trying to grow the channel, so I really appreciate it. I always upload consistently, at least once a week. And we consistently talk about nature-based stuff. So today is kind of a unique video. We're going to be discussing what you do with an eroding hill. Now, so there's a couple different types of hills. Okay, there's a 45, which usually isn't that bad of an eroder. There's all these different degrees of a hill. My hill that we're going to be talking about today is about like this. Okay. When I first bought the property, no seeds could germinate and stick in because the way that the slope was so steep, when it rained, it would just wash all that dirt and wash all the seeds down too quickly for any of them to germinate. So that's when you know you have an eroding hill that is in a future danger of pretty much it'll erode completely out and have like a cavernous thing, and you'd just be losing earth. And eventually you'd have to pay money for probably build a retaining wall to save your property. Now, this is going to be a free, cost-effective way to completely retain your hill so that in just a couple of years it will turn into a lush forest. Now let's turn around, we'll walk out of here, and I'll show you what I got growing on. All right, here we go. Now, I've got a lot growing on, but today specifically we're focusing on this. This hill was much steeper before, and it had no growth at all. So this is kind of an outside view of the hill. Okay, it doesn't look as steep on video, but trust me, the sucker's steep. Right here it's just how steep it is. And you see a lot of it still stays barren, but it's starting to have germination pockets. And what I did was I actually had my brother come and help, because this is kind of a big project. It's about 40 feet long. And what we did was we did Earthworks. So if you're familiar with the Chinese, it's been used in a lot of different cultures, but it's pretty much where you dig out the earth and you use the contour of the hill to help give a directional for the water so that things can then germinate all along here. Now, this has worked phenomenal. What we did was we dug our first one right here, which is what I'm standing on, and it's our first path. I would have never been able to stand here before. And then you can walk this whole length and come to the other side, and then you'll see down here is our second path that we've dug. And this is so that when the water runs down here, it hits its first berm, okay, which is right here. It then passes over this berm, which is just like a little tiny hill, and then comes to this plateau, runs the length of this contour down here, and then comes to this plateau and does the exact same thing and runs the length of this contour down there. And then we'll follow it. So the water will come down here. This is our second plateau. It's actually wider and a little flatter because I want the water to really sit right here, because it's our last one before our drop. And what this will allow for things to do, as you can already see, it will allow for things to germinate, because what you're doing is slowing down the force of the water. So you see I'm standing on the second plateau here, and we're actually getting some moss, which is a great sign that it's not eroding. And then also your obvious sign is all these, you got native blackberry canes that were able to establish themselves here right on the side of the hill. Great place for them to grow. You've got this native bush here that gets huge. That's a seedling, was able to germinate. And then I'm a big fan of mint. This is lemon balm mint. Something like this that's on the, I don't really have to worry about it spreading, because this isn't like in a garden bed. It's pretty wild right here. And I just like the mint because it smells really good. We are on a hill that is right over top of a swamp. So as you probably know, swamps aren't the best smelling. So it helps to have some smell good type of plants around. And then I even have this tree that I've planted to try and get it to grow up this native sugar maple. This is its name escapes me right now. It's some sort of Chinese, fast growing. Oh gosh. Why does it name? I don't know. I got too many plant names in my head. The name escapes me, but drop it in the comments if you know exactly what this is. I think some sort of edible, fast-growing variety. But that's besides the point. Doing this Earthworks here has allowed me to plant certain stuff that wouldn't grow here before. I got this arborvitae. And more importantly, I've just allowed Mother Earth to do her planting here. And what she'll do is she'll retain this hillside with, Mother Earth wants every square inch to be planted. Not even every square foot, every square inch. So she'll do what she needs to do here and germinate. Because especially this time of year, you can never plant stuff and germinate as fast as Mother Earth can. So, I'm just going to sit back and enjoy the species that she decides to have come up here. Of course, I'll do forest management. If I feel like some invasive species is trying to take over, I will mitigate it. I'll do whatever I have to do. But for now, it's just cool to watch a little forest line develop. We'll come out here to the outside of the line. I've got some blueberries. I've also just got my compost there. It's really kind of a crappy compost, to be honest. I haven't fine-tuned it yet, so we've got another arborvitae right here. If you look, this plant looks a lot like marijuana. It's not. It's a vitex tree, and it's coming up from a little cutting here. It's an ancient tree that women can use for their menstrual cycles. It also has a really herbal smell to it. And it's coming up here all amongst this lemon balm, which I'll just tear back a little bit to give this tree a little bit more breathing room, because we want that tree to come up and be big. Next to that, we have this beautyberry. I wanted to say serviceberry for some reason. It's not. It's a beautyberry. Native Americans have used these for a really long time. Can make dyes. It's edible. It's very, very vibrant purple color, very pretty bush. And just some privacy bushes, no edible value. And then you come down here to the arborvitae. Starts really thickening up here, and I've got some rocks here to retain just the edge of the bed, even though it's kind of a wild bed. Some flowering plants and just more privacy shrubs, because being the suburban farmer, of course, I gotta have my privacy shrubs here. You know, I probably wouldn't waste the space buying ornamental privacy shrubs if I didn't need them. I would just go for the edible varieties. But I need all the privacy shrubs I can get. So that is the line of the Earthworks. And you can see what me and my brother accomplished here. And it was just one day. It was just one day of digging. And we have made an impact on this land for hundreds of years. Absolutely hundreds of years. Unless, you know, I sell the place or at some point some dickhead gets a hold of it that sprays herbicides all over this and thinks that this is all weeds. But hopefully by then, all the forest plants on this line are really grown up and too large to take out. That's the hope. So I want it to be eventually so that you just walk down here. This is like a path and you enter into a forest, and on both sides is just huge trees. And then you come down here to this side and go through this path down here, and there's another path that's also the same thing with huge trees on both sides. That's my vision. That's been my vision from the beginning. I've thought about bamboo just to make the process faster, but I'll probably just let it be native. Look at this here. This is a raspberry plant that I planted. OMG, guys. This is why you come out into your old food forest regions. Check this. This is a raspberry plant that I planted, and it actually flowered, and it has raspberries. They're not ready yet, but check that out. So that's really cool. It's got, oh wait, it might have one ready. Nope. Little critters are picking at it because this is literally right in the woods. But that's cool. I've got edible varieties down here that I didn't even remember about. It probably was a cutting I did a couple years back because it's a pretty substantial plant now. It's right next to a blackberry. So, you know, the goal is really, the reason I haven't done bamboo yet is because the goal really was to be able to walk down here and pick food. Like this is a gooseberry, you know, pick food and be with native plants that are interplanted with, or native trees and shrubs interplanted with edible trees and shrubs, like a proper food forest. I started this about 4 years ago when I was heavily into permaculture and food forests. I don't do crazy earthwork projects like this anymore because this was really my only one that I wanted to accomplish on this property. So other than that, I want to dig a pond, I want to do stuff like that, but the space is not there. I've thought about doing something right here, honestly, right on this hill, but it's tough. You know, it's definitely tough. I'm looking to get another property soon that is larger, because, you know, you come to once everything's planted, it's beautiful, but then you're like, well, you know, I'm ready for another project, I'm ready for another farm, ready for a bigger greenhouse, yada yada yada. Look at the germinating pepper plants germinating. These are all seeds from the grocery store peppers that I planted, and they grew. They do need watered. Here's a native mulberry tree that I'm growing up. So yeah, I really hope you guys enjoyed this video. It's Earthworks. It's really fun. You can go out there one day with 2 guys or even by yourself and a shovel, and you can get it done, and you can make a huge impact on the earth for many generations to come. So Mother Earth will thank you. So get out there, grab a shovel, start digging. Everyone have a great day. Thank you so much for watching and tuning in. And again, please press that subscribe button. I really appreciate it. Any comments, I'll reply back to them. If you have a project that maybe you're thinking about earthworking it, or you don't know if it's right, I'm definitely the content creator that will respond. Send me a picture of it, and that'd be really cool to see other people's earthwork projects. So thank you guys, and have a great day. Keep growing. Out.